Yes, friends, now let us continue with the English workshop of 3.1 if. English workshop. And question number is 5. Yes, open your books on page number 89, question 5th. Say what? Say what? Are the two impostors? Which are the impostors in the poem? The triumph and disaster. Triumph and disasters are the two impostors in the poem. Can the unforgiving minute be made up of? Can the unforgiving minute be made of 60 seconds worth of distance run? 60 seconds of distance run. Now we have to fill in the blanks. This is the simple question of filling the proper blanks. B. Say who? It was say what. Now say who. What? Now who? Should you trust when doubted oneself? It is who. So, oneself should trust himself or oneself when others doubt you. And next is, can you talk with and walk with who? Common people. Yes. You must talk with the common people, at the same time you must walk with the common people. That means you should have always in contact with the common people, in touch with the common people, then you will be successful. Then say when. Third is when. Say when. Now what, who and when. Can the earth become yours? When we can make good use of every second of minute. Means when we make good use of every second of a minute. That is time. That is time. When we make good use of time, then earth become yours. And the next is, should we start rebuilding with old tools? When we watch the things created by us are being destroyed. When we watch things, created by us destroyed or broken up. According to the poem, broken up word is used in the poem. Now say why. Say why. A different type of question in the book. It is a special question. You will find the speciality of the poem. Say what, say who, say when, and say why. Yes. Do knaves twist the truth? Knave, I have told you in Marathi. Halkat answer. The knaves or the foes. Do knaves twist the truth? Yes, they do twist the truth. What for? I have told you. To trap the fools. To trap the fools. If you behave, or if you more than behave, if you believe in their words and act according to the things or the words spoken by them, then you will be in their trap and you will destroy everything that you have created. So they make the trap. So knaves twist the truth, and that is the trap for fools. And the remaining is, should you consider all men equally important? Yes, we must do this so that neither foes nor friends can hurt you. So, should you consider all men equally important? Because neither foes nor friends hurt you. They will not hurt you. Yes. This is the fifth question. Now, sixth one. What should be our attitude toward the people of different strata and classes? Naturally, if you want to get success, there should be always positive attitude. The things which you have seen in the last video, which are the positive qualities, which are the negative ones. The positive qualities build up the positivity in the personality. So, what should be our attitude toward the people of different strata and classes? There should be the positive attitude, and we treat all of them equally. And don't discriminate the friends or the people in the society on the basis of anything. You should not discriminate the people on the basis of caste, creed, religion, knowledge, and wealth. So, we must say no to discrimination of any kind. Then and then there will be positivity in your body, mind, and soul. And that will lead you to the success. Next, seventh question is, what according to Rudyard Kipling is the highest quality that makes a man a true man or a true human being? That is, according to the poet, what else? Yours is the earth and everything that's in it. Which is more? You will be a man, my son. A man means a successful man. A man full of positive attitude, successful attitude. Treat all people equally without any discrimination. This is the most important virtue that the poet says or poet want to express, or he want to cultivate this attitude in the life of his son. So, according to Rudyard Kipling, the highest quality that makes a man a true human being is treat all people equally without any discrimination. Now, page number 89, 8th question. Identify the figure of speech used for those given in the bracket. In bracket, the names of figure of speech is given, and only we have to write the answers. Yes, question number 8, figures of speech. I have told you while explaining the poem that variety of figure of speech is found in the poem by the Rudyard Kipling. The poem opens with the clause of if you can keep. I have told you there is an anaphora, the special kind of figure of speech in the poem. Similarly, there are many figures of speech while explaining the stanzas I have told you, but here the lines are given and we have to find which figure of speech is there in the given line. The first, A. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs. Strictly opposite idea are put very close to each other. When they are strictly opposite, they are anti. So the figure of speech is antithesis. Yes, antithesis. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs is antithesis. Second, if you can meet with triumph and disaster. This also I explained while explaining the line. If you can meeting is possible in the two living beings. Is it meeting? If you put one book over the other, that is not the meeting of book. We never say like this. But if two persons come face to face with each other, then they meet each other. Or many people come in the meeting of friends, meeting of teachers, you know. So word meeting is used for the persons, for the people. So have a concentration of this word, meet. If you can meet with people, no. Triumph and disasters, which are impostors. And though both are non-living things. So you may have guessed what may be the figure of speech. If you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat, also treat. You have to treat. Naturally, treat is verb used for you. So it is possible. But meet with the triumph and disaster. And treat those two impostors just the same. Means you have to meet, or you are going to meet the triumph and disasters. Meet is the character of living thing, while triumph and disasters are non-living thing. So naturally, the figure of speech is personification. Personification. In Marathi we call it चेतना गुणोक्ती. चेतनेचा आरोप केलेला आहे निर्जीव वस्तूवर. चेतना गुणोक्ती अलंकार मराठीत म्हणतो. See, and yet don't look too good. Yet don't look too good, nor talk too wise. To appear in the line two times. TOO appears TWO two times. Two. So it is a repetition of the word TOO. So figure of speech is repetition. And the last D, with worn out tools. With worn out tools. W is the word, alphabet W is repeated and there is alliteration. Yes. In this way, we have completed the fill in the blanks of figure of speech. That is the 8th question. Now, in the 9th one, you have to write the letter, which is the part of composition, and in 10th, you have to write the speech. Both we will take in a special lessons after completion of the portion. The special lessons will be there. So we have to deal with it. But try your best to solve these two questions, and in the next video, we will deal with the if clauses on page number 90. Thank you, friends.